All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Swain Batty League. We're entering Game 2 here of the Grand Finals between Cameron's Dick Suck Squad and the 4 Eggplants. The Eggplants have elected to choose the blue side this time around as they look for a way to beat the Suck Squad. Willie, do you guys think they will find a way?
I am very, very worried after that game one. Honestly, there was not a single good thing to take away from that game for the 4 Eggplants. Everything that looked like it could go well went badly. The things we thought would be strengths did not go well. They had a huge draft advantage, and they lost that game about as fast as possible.
If we're looking at one thing that was good, it was a draft, and then after that, something went wrong.
Okay.
Top lane didn't bully. Top lane didn't really get ganked before 6.
Yeah, honestly, Splinter, he finished that game with a pretty good scoreline. You have to think like, oh, he had the best game on his team. But I was very unimpressed with Splinter that game, despite how good his scoreline was looking before that the wheels came off that game. We didn't see him before level 6. There was one gank. So all he was doing was trying to match Thermidor's power farm, which he was being substantially outfarmed in. I mean, Jarvan's a pick that you could be getting involved level 3, level 4. We needed to see more of that out of Splinter in the last game.
Yeah, for sure, especially on the Jarvan pick, but then even more importantly with the team comp that they had. They just needed him to constantly go in and start the CC chain for his team, and looking like they were a little hesitant after they lost the lead in the early laning phase. And here it is. There's the first pick Xayah for the blue side, so taking that away from Camer.
Yeah, I'm really glad to see this. Xayah is just too strong of a pick to leave open. Wait, they're actually trading.
Oh, that's a challenge.
That feels disrespectful.
It does, but it's truly Camer at this point. Suck Squad probably riding off a very high right now, thinking that they're gonna win all these games.
But now the Janna pick?
So going for Janet Kagamo, that is going to be a very slow laning phase played out for Camer and Albino Joe. And I feel like the 4 Eggplants probably pretty happy with that pick, especially if they get the Rek'Sai here. This is something that we've seen before where when Camer is playing in a situation where he's gankable and, has no escape come team fights, that you can kind of smash Camer in a bit. And Splinter changing the plan around here, he is committing. Hopefully, I guess the plan last game should have been able to smash people's faces, and it didn't happen. But we're seeing Splinter go with a vintage match Splinter pick here, something that was banned in the second rotation last game. And this is the pick I wanted to see here. Sword and Mace did not do well on a lane bully. Go back to the team fighting playmaker, and he's going to do so. Blind picking the Malphite. We've seen him do this a lot of times before. This is looking like a 4 Eggplants comp.
Yeah, and in the past he picks the slow scaling tanks, and he definitely knows how to lose the lane gracefully, go down in CS but just not die, and somehow get to that mid game so he can group up with Splinter and start initiating these team fights. But leaving up the blind pick in the top lane, I think Freg, out of anyone in the league, is one that could exploit pretty much any blind pick. I am excited to see what last pick will surely be given over to him.
I am actually really happy for 4EP here. That's Freg did not pick his top lane with pick 6 there. They have to take out 2 Freg champs here. They do not have the option to ban mid laners. There are so many just atrocious matchups for Malphite. Darius is one of them. You cannot play Malphite into Darius, and you probably have to ban Garen too. But while we have a moment before we get to that point, I really like this Nocturne pick for Thermidor here. Presumably for Thermidor. I guess with this team, I can never assume any pick is going anywhere. But most likely Thermidor in the jungle taking that Nocturne. And, we talk all the time about how Thermidor has these games where he power farms, then, every 1 in 5 games or so, he has a game where he's just a ganking madman. And Nocturne lets him do both of those things in one game. And that's the best case scenario. As it's going to be a Kassadin, actually, the last ban here for 4EP.
I'm kind of surprised they didn't ban Vladimir. Maybe they thought that Kassadin was more impactful, but Death Reapers has shown he's really good on on Vladimir. So.
Yeah, and
Oh.
gonna be Ribbon.
Oh, hells yeah. That's what I'm talking about. This has to be going top lane, right?
Yes, 100%.
Yeah. I mean, they still don't know the mid pick from 4AP, so Ribbon and mid surely be suicide. Unless there's some niche counter pick I don't know about. But it's actually the Vlad here. So like you were saying, Cal, like, yeah, surprised they didn't take it away or ban it because they were looking for it themselves. Very risky, though, to leave it up. And Sensory GG, no hesitation, locks in Blitzcrank.
I was going to comment on this. I think that he played it last season, and I really wanted to see him play it this season against Janna Kog'Maw. Please mess this bot lane up, Sensory.
This has got to be one of the best situations in all of League of Legends you can pick a Blitzcrank into.
Yes. Yes. Actually, yes. There's nothing these two jabronis can do against Blitzcrank. They are at the whim of his pull. Oh, Karma in the mid lane for Death or wait, top Karma. Guys, I'm gonna wait till 50 seconds to talk about this. Because top Karma, that's like legit actually.
This feels like they're literally just playing. This is the most disrespectful draft phase I think I've ever seen out of this team. Like,
yeah, they're just anteing it up. They heard us from last game. They're like, we could do you one better.
I mean, Thermidor's Ivana was still up. He did fine on that. He wasn't doing crazy early game, but he still did damage later. Craig still had other champions.
I'm gonna change the tune. I actually think this is a much better draft than we saw last game out of SUCC Squad. I think this is a much more structured 1-3-1 composition. They have a 3 that actually has like a plan for holding turrets. It's gonna be very difficult to push onto a Karma Janna where Kog'Maw can help lane clear from far away. Karma can also lane clear from far away. They just have to be so wary of that Blitzcrank.
What I am afraid of for them is the fact they don't actually have any clear tanks. And against a team fighting comp, if they're not careful, then they might be in trouble.
Yeah, they don't need them. I think their goal here is not to even get to a situation where Rek'Sai could follow up from Malphite or vice versa. Don't even get into a situation like that, and they're gonna just play that same win condition they did last game. Really, the same goes for 4EP as well. But now they have a little bit better laning phase, especially in the bottom lane. They have a good advantage there. And maybe Master Splitter now on this Rek'Sai. Granted, he could have done it well on Jarvan, but he's still Rek'Sai a pretty good early ganker as well. So looking to maybe snowball that bot lane, which is against his previous tendencies.
Yeah, I'm gonna be very surprised if they don't invade.
Those tendencies aren't as bad as some people in chat make them.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Wait, didn't he actually gank last game and got like the second kill?
He did.
For them?
Yeah, that was his first gank.
Don't let Salvo know that. It doesn't fit the narrative.
Yeah, but also a difference from last game. Just the 2 TPs now for the top laners. Best one opting for the Ghost, and Death Reaper looks like a Ignite. What? Is that right?
That's what it looks like.
Yep, Ignite / Karma in the mid lane. Interesting. Do you think? I know, like with Karma, Athene's Unholy Grail is kind of core, right? It fits perfectly with her kit. I wonder where he puts that into the build. Whether he's looking for something more aggressive with the Ignite.
I think the only good thing about Ignite is that it stops Vlad slightly from healing.
Oh, true.
But,
yeah, it could actually just be solely for that, actually, now that you bring that up.
Yeah, that would seem pretty reasonable. We saw some absurd healing coming out of Death Reaper's last game. I mean, he's going to know better than anyone what he's about to be going up against.
What have we had a Riven game in the SBL ever?
We had to have.
Uh,
Someone like Death God Nero at some point must have played that.
I played on Death God Nero's team. There's no way he played that.
He might have played it on my team. I don't know.
Okay. I mean, we definitely don't see it a lot, right? It's one of those super high skill cap champs that is just so daunting for most people to even think of trying to master. But
oh man, I tried picking up Riven once, you know, because I had that top lane bully thing going on, and I was like, Riven, this is the perfect champ for me. And I played 10 straight games before I won my first game as Riven, and I was like, nope, not for me. Too much skill here. Let's go back to the Croc. And so I am wishing Freg well here, trying to pull this one off, because this is not going to be easy. But the matchup, at least, is going to be easy, as Malphite pretty much just like hands you a one-way ticket to a one lane, regardless of what you're playing.
Yep. And I mean, you know, going off the past tendencies of Sword Maze being sort of a weaker laner, but the fact that last game, right, his confidence might be a little bit low going into this matchup. He really got exposed last game, and this is a matchup where he can get even more exposed, perhaps, depending on how well Freg plays this Riven.
You said it last game, though. Maybe the whole plan was to pick a losing lane, because that's how he plays. He's always in losing lanes.
Yeah.
So maybe it's a strategy.
Wow, and wow, both teams here invading opposite sides of the jungle. No fear, and no words placed yet, but surely these teams will leave some breadcrumbs on the way out. And that would have been sweet, Sentry looking for that hook, but gonna be a sad robot today.
Yeah, and it's looking like we're gonna see the legendary invade the enemy red buff and don't drop any wards coming out of— no, not both teams! No! We're gonna see it out of both teams, boys. As everyone paths back down to— no, actually it's gonna be Sword and Mace leashing at the blue here, so not gonna be everyone with the AD carry starts.
It's just like it's a synchronized swimming. This is all just a show for the stream.
Why would Rek'Sai want to go for blue first? Maybe
a mind game, a mix up here. Maybe he's gonna gank the bot lane. Level 3.
What we'd have to assume it's going to be. And I like that. You have the Blitzcrank, you have two hookable champs.
Oh!
As speaking of hookable, they missed the fucking whatever the Saya move was.
No. They came out down in that trade, actually, because the Janna shield was up, right? That negated pretty much all the damage from Crystallize after missing his ability there.
Yeah, we see Freg already playing this lane fast. He takes a lot of creep damage here. This is going to be a very explosive top lane. As that was actually a good trade from Freg, as he has health potions to spare.
So he's gonna play up. Oh.
Yeah, and yeah, Swordmate's already used that one health pot, so he's really just got that passive shield to help him out here. And
well, Freg does play that trade out a bit worse. He's got to have some respect for the creep damage.
I think that's like the least thing on his mind, man. Every game it seems like. Oh! Bingo. So that's not good. And the camera's going hard, but they're gonna maybe play off this aggressiveness. Splinter's down here in the bot lane for the level 3 gank. The double buff knockup on an albino Joe, but the follow-up is not there. The flash from GG is a no read, but then he lands it again. He gets the root. Camera going down through the barrier, through the flash. There's the heal from albino Joe, and there's the first blood from Crystallize.
And if you force enough plays onto that Kog'Maw, one of them has to work, and it finally does. A great first 3.5 minutes for 4 EP.
That's actually huge. All 4 summoners used by the SUCC bot lane, And Summoner's up for Crystallize. Splinter's no flash, but he can come back. He can camp this. It's whether can the 4 EP bot lane get that wave onto their side. Can they freeze it out of Camer's range?
Yeah, and they know Thermidor is a level 3 Nocturne right now. He can't go down there and try to turn this lane around on his own. No, it's not until those summoners come back up, really.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like Kog'Maw, Janna have good gank assist either.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah. The tornado has to be sort of hidden off screen for you to think about even landing. But oh, GG rotating to the mid lane, powers up Splinters there too, and forces the respect flash out of Death Reaper before anything can land.
I just meant to assume the hook missed. Too bad.
Yeah, it's direct camera. Who knows?
And so, up in this top lane, I want to talk about Freg real quick, because if you're not watching super carefully, it might look like this is going badly for him as he's at a pretty big pressure disadvantage, but he is out-farming the fuck out of Sword and Mace right now with a big wave coming at him. We might be looking at, like, low 30 CS to 17, 18 when this wave crashes.
Mm-hmm.
This has been played very well by Freg so far, despite currently being at a slight disadvantage. Although Sword and Mace is doing what he can to zone him off of these creeps here.
Maybe it's all reverse logic. Only everything.
Yeah, and there it is,
Oh.
Splitter.
Gets the knockup on Albano Joe. He is
That's
already
a
down.
double.
And Cameron, you have no summoners available. The sad little Kog'Maw is going to finally die at the end. Although Sentry does take 2 tower shots. That Kog'Maw is going to be close, but not quite able to get the flow up there. And there we go. Albino Joe and Cameron, 0-3-0 combined before 6 minutes. This is the game we wanted to see in Game 1 out of the 4 eggplants, and they are finally executing it.
Yeah, good. I like the good mix-up on the draft here. They get GG on the Blitzcrank, and I mean we called this out in the draft. It was obvious to us and not obvious to SUCC Squad. Splinter camping the bottom lane, 2 repeated ganks and a Mountain Drake to start this one off for the eggplant.
Yeah, and I know there's always jokes about Mass Splinter doesn't gank bot, but any idiot with a smite key bound is going to go to the lane with all 4 summoners down and no escape abilities. As Bestis One is actually flashing forward, saying, "You want to gank me?" Oh no! Oh
No! Oh!
That was so bad.
That's a tilter. I'm tilted.
I'm tilted.
Oh man, was the Q not up? Or did he just miss?
know.
Did he not press the Q on the Karma?
Guys, the Bestest One has been 2nd place every season he's ever done the SBL. He can't stop it. It's a curse.
Oh.
He's in position to go well, and suddenly he just starts missing the point-click abilities. Oh.
Oh. I mean, that would have been a nice lead for 4EP. To get the mid lane ahead as well, to solidify that 1v1 kill, but to get it turned around on you after using both summoners, the confidence is probably extremely low for him now, and yeah, they're gonna try to pick up the pieces from that.
Yeah, that's rough, because that would have really been as total of a control as we could have seen here for 4EP. They would have been winning the 2 non-Malphite lanes pretty handily, and in a pretty decent spot in the Malphite lane even, which has gone even over the last few minutes. As Sword and Mace, he's only going to be in his weak part of the game for a few minutes longer as another hook lands. Summoners are back up, and Albino Joe is being chunked up very fast. Gets a big double knock on the tornado, but Sentry looks like he wanted to chase here onto Cameron. Anyways, a bit of a miscommunication on the 4EP bot lane. Well, they have baited some time for the Rek'Sai to come down to the neighborhood.
Sadly, that she had a pink ward in the tri-brush. So they exactly knew they were pretty safe from Splinter for them.
Yeah. And there he is, Splinter in the mid lane, looking for the gank. Reaper, block it out. Flash not up yet, but it is up soon. But that's GG!
That's GG going to get snared, but it does not matter. There is no flash available for Death Reaper. A flash on the Mass Splinter, and that's going to be a kill back to the Vladimir, getting what he thought he had a few minutes ago. And it is a 4-1 kill lead for the 4 eggplants.
That fake out was pretty beautiful because I mean, if I was playing the Karma, I'd be like, oh, I'm fine now. I avoided that gank. I'm good now. But wait a minute. I think GG walked through the ward there in that blue side opening. So Reaper might have been able to see that one coming, but a good roam from the 4 EPs. Oh!
The bad life coming out of Sensory GG, and now Frag is dead too. This is going so well for the 4 eggplants, and Frag has quit. What? That is not a disconnect. You get a different message when you disconnect.
Are they gonna pause the game?
Is insane.
Are they?
There is a reconnect.
No, they're not even gonna pause it. They're not. Oh my god.
As Nocturne coming in, but so is the Rek'Sai. They're gonna try to give the Zyre. But Zyre flashed out. He put out so much damage on his way out of this fight, and now Rek'Sai, Master Splitter, SBL Smog playing forward here. Cammer is low, trying to put out the damage, but I don't think he's gonna be able to. Sensory GG picking up the kill on the Blitz, and a flash away from the Cogwall passive. Meanwhile, Sword and Mace taking the 10-minute turret in the top lane. This is going so wrong for the first time all season for Cammer's SUCC squad.
Oh my
What?
god. What?
Tried to make a play. He goes and gets a kill under the turret, but he took it auto.
What? Guys!
Is this how Cammer's SUCC squad responds when anything is going wrong on the map?
What?
Oh my god.
What is happening? What do I pay these guys for? Follow the script!
This is the fucking SBL.
I want to talk about like what happened in mid lane where Freg died, but that's already been so long. It's just action everywhere.
Yeah.
And now Freg trying to make a play out, but he's gonna eat the unstoppable force. He doesn't have a flash available. Sword and Mace does if he needs it, but he is not gonna need it. And this is over the course of 2 games. I feel like we've seen everything that makes Freg Freg. As another hook lands onto the Karma, Vlad putting down the damage, trying to secure this kill with the pull. There is a nice Q on the way out, but that ignites just quite not going to be enough damage. But that is going to be a second turret. The mid lane going down here.
That was a pretty big mistake. It wasn't big, but it was a small mistake. Sensory should have just gone in and tanked it while Vladimir was in W. There was no reason he didn't, and Vlad could have finished the kill. But
yeah, a small, a small micro mishap, but I understand why he didn't. He was very scared of doing what he did earlier. You could tell the hesitation from Bestis1 there. He's fine with leaving him alive, but what do we got? A 5k gold lead for 4 EP at a little over 12 minutes. Mountain Drake already in the pocket, and it's an Infernal up right now. Oh,
yeah, Sensory.
He lands it again!
Finds it, but he is a little deep right now. But Master Splinter kind of setting up some zones of control here. Nocturne popping the ult next to Master Splinter, probably in a lot of trouble here. He gets out, but oh my god, Cammer going to go down on the tail end of this as well. This is a 1-for-2 so far, a double kill for Cammer before going down. As Bestis1 is coming in, trying to salvage what had been a badly played fight, and he is still kind of aggressive in this 1v3. Now, Frag and Sword and Mace have both entered the fray, but this is a 1-for-4 in favor of the SUCC squad, and Sword and Mace running for his little Malphite life. Should make it out, but a super badly played team fight. And now that gold lead has just been sliced in half.
Yeah, that is some extreme sloppiness. I mean, Sentry lands the hook, sure, intimidation factor, just get out, but Splinter pressed B at the very wrong time and gets himself into a very bad situation. Or W? No, is he? Yeah.
You gonna go in for this?
Yeah, Sword Mace is walking right into the Infernal Drake as 4 members of SUCC squad. Damn!
Sword Mace steals the Infernal, and now the 4 Eggplants are here to contest if this fight continues. What?
Send the link to this stream to your friends and families, your pets, Everyone needs to watch this right now. I don't know who's gonna win this. I thought this was surely a 4 AP victory. I don't know anymore. I mean, granted that's another Drake for them, another big misplay from SUCC Squad, and it's damage onto the tier 2 now.
I wonder if like Thermidor was telling his whole team, alright, kill the Malphite, kill the Malphite, and they just kept autoing it, and then somehow Swords like auto-killed it without Thermidor smiting it. I don't know. That was poorly played.
That was poorly played indeed.
Oh my god, did Sensory just steal away that red buff?
Pretty sure he did.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. Yep, he got it. And Riptail's gonna be secured for the eggplants. As they try to ride this one home, it's only a 2k gold lead. You know, we could there also is a timeline, a different reality where they have like a 7k gold lead right now, and they're already pushing tier 2. But we're not in that one. It's Bestest one going in. Sensory with the flash hook miss, and the fight's disengaged.
Yeah, but that's still probably worthwhile for 4EP. Camera's flash is by far the most valuable one in this entire game. That was traded there, which means they have a big window where the guy who has to get involved for this to be a game for Camera SUCC Squad, Camera has to carry. This composition, Frank has already lost his power window. Death Reapers is a Karma. Thermidor is a Nocturne. Like, this game is going to come down to Camera carrying if this gets turned around.
Yeah, and it's all about delaying now. What can SUCC Squad do to extend this game out further and further and not get dove under a tower or, you know, grouped on and get picked out by this devastating 4 AP lineup?
Yeah, the awkward thing is they want it to go late, they have a Kog'Maw, but then they don't have any other champion or a tank.
Yeah, to protect that Cog, to sit in front and take the damage. Yeah, it's gonna be a tough road ahead, but 4EP looking like they're answering back. They are fighting in these finals. They want to get a win on the board. Jordan Mace, he has the advantage. He has the priority here in this top lane, but we see Thermidor sneaking over. Maybe looking for a gank out of the top lane. Sensory, enemy jungle, has to back up, and he lands the fadeaway hook onto Cameron. He gets blown up, crystallized. With that kill secure, Rift Herald's in the bottom lane as well. Sword and Mace channeled the TP, and here. He lands it on Death Reaper, but is it too far? And it is. 4EP able to get the tower.
Good zoning set up by Sword and Mace, but an awful ulti wasted there, as they would have been in a position where they could maybe dive this tier 2. As they're still going to get the hook onto him. He gets this one so fast. They're going to take the Nocturne down with him. And Bestest one playing this one so forward. He nearly picks up a 3rd kill as this Rift Herald has now secured 2 turrets, and I don't think they're done pushing.
The Rift Herald's going for a triple kill. Can he get it? Another hook onto Frank. Instant flash out. And Frank gets it. Double kill actually for him, and he gets out. Kog'Maw Camera picks up the exit kill onto Crystallize, and Rift Herald didn't pick it up.
A great push out of 4EP ends with an over-aggression there, completely disrespecting Frank's ability to hit everything that's stacked on top of each other.
Crystallize just like cancelled 3 autos as well.
Oof, and
really
Bestest one looking really bad. Dark the Camo shows Joe kill that board. Hell yes.
Maybe in a bit of danger. Here's the Nocturne gonna come out, Sword running away from his turret. Actually gets a nice flash off. Thermidor has to flash to follow. Sword and Mace just barely gonna make it out of this one. But this is going to be a mid-tier 1 given up.
Yeah, and Frank, he has the TP now, and he has a wave coming into the top lane. Hook lands again. Thermidor going down there.
Oh my gosh.
No flash as well. He used it there.
He used it to try to kill Sword.
Oh. Yep, and once again a return kill for 4AP.
This Blitzcrank pick is carrying the entire game.
Yep.
Oh my god, they find Albino Joe now, who does have summoners available if he needs them. Looks like he won't.
It delayed recall of all of those guys. All the members of SUCC Squad stopped their recalls to protect Joey there. So good time waster from Sensory GG as they pick up the opponent blue buff. This drag is up in 30 seconds. They have all the wards on that blue side.
Yeah, this one
only takes it for himself.
Dude, the CDR. Look
Dude.
at him.
He's just gonna land more hooks.
Probably worth, dude. The way they've been playing around this Blitzcrank.
In a normal game, Zaya would take that, but not in the SBL.
No.
Nah, dude, 625 Zaya, that ain't the carry.
The 239 Blitzcrank all the way. He's got Talisman as well, just to speed into them. I love this.
Yeah.
Blue team has slain the dragon.
Alright, and there's third dragon over to 4 AP. This one being a mountain? Or what is it? Yeah, mountain. So they got 3 different types there. And now they're looking at setting up potential Baron. They're all on that side of the map, maybe just setting preliminary vision. Alright, we have a quietness to this game at 20 minutes.
Yeah, this game is slowed down substantially compared to where it looked like we were going. And the thing is, it feels like 4 Eggplants should have run away with this game. We have to give some credit to Cameron's Dicksuck squad. They did completely stall out the tempo of this game. I mean, 5,000 gold at 20 minutes isn't great. Oh, sorry, 4,000 gold. And the 3 dragons, not ideal, but it feels like they could have lost this game by now, and they managed to completely stall out the tempo. They turned this game into solo queue in the good way, where it's just both of these teams over pushing and then getting caught out on the escape, just over and over. And they are still the team with Camer on Kog'Maw.
Yep.
Oh, there's not gonna work.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
That pink ward's real bad, actually. It needs to be, like, right next to Baron.
Is it actually obscuring the vision? I mean...
It's not at all. It can't see it because it's not close enough. They're just gonna aggro Baron.
Yep, and there it is. 2D takes some parting shots from Baron Nashor. Frag in the bottom lane now. TP is still up and almost a flash for him. 172 CS. He sitting in a better spot than he could be on Ribbons, but there it is. The Baron has started from 4 EP.
Yeah.
And the teleport is channeled for Frag as he comes down. Baron's half health and now the back away from 4 EP. They bait out the teleport and they pull in the Frag. Gets rooted up, but he gets out. Fast Splitter though, able to pick up that execute, sword and mace with the Malphite ult into the backline of 4 EP, and now goes down Camer. Death Reaper going down 2, only crystallized down for 4 EP.
And Albino Joe about to run into the pigskin, Vladimir. Oh, that is a sustained DPS. Sorry, not a popper, but Albino Joe's so squishy. And that's crystallized for 5. A difficult Baron, but gonna be taken here by 4 EP, who are back in total control of this game.
Yep, yeah. But really steady hand there from 4 EP. They played that one right. They had the vision. They saw Frag get that teleport and instantly back away. We don't need to take the damage. We don't need to fight the enemy team and Baron at the same time. And Century GG carrying his team once again lands that easy hook onto Frag to start it all off.
Something to say about the Blitzcrank pick. I personally also wanted to play Blitzcrank sometime this season, but I didn't really have the guts to. So props to Sensory for pulling it out when it mattered most, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think 4 AP, they saw that in the bot lane, in this series against the SUCC squad, they don't think they can play the standard Ardent Sensor metagame. They don't want to risk it and go even. They want to defeat Camer with the pulls, and Sentry, it might not be a little bit more than he could chew there. Splinter now flashing aggressively, looking for a confirmed kill there. On the backside though, Fred goes down to crystallize. Splinter picking up that kill on the Death Reaper though, and 5 members strong for 4 EP as they go for tier 2. And they're looking for inhibitor.
Watch that Blitzcrank with Flash.
Yeah.
He's looking.
Yeah, I don't think there's any reason Camera Suck Squad to contest this inhibitor. It's down. And it's looking like they're going to play intelligently and not try to contest in the 2v5 against Baron. So if they lose the first inhibitor of the game, maybe they're one of their first of the entire season.
Wow, yeah, that could be a fact. That's potentially true. Looking like their first loss of the season, surely though, as they ride in the Baron wave in the top lane before EP. The hook lands again. Death Reaper.
Oh my word, max
dead.
range.
Thermidor quickly presses R for the suicide. And looking like a double inhibitor break for 4 EP, but will they go for more?
I would be a little surprised, but not a lot of surprise, as it's looking like they're going to. They've got 20 seconds on Death Reapers, 23 on Thermidor, and a nice juicy wave of Baron creeps here. Albino Joe with the tornado already down, and there's a nice hook onto Frag. They're trying to light Frag apart. Camera trying to find the hero fight. Advanced Winner now going forward deep. Gets the finish off onto Frag, but dies in the process. And now Camera putting out a good amount of damage on a retreating 4 eggplants. They're gonna have to base here, and the game's still not over.
And you set up for that dragon. It's only an air drake, but having 4 dragons is pretty huge.
Hey, wake up.
Yeah, and they have nothing better to do while they're on the way back to the opposing base. I assume as soon as Vash's Winter spawns, they're heading straight there, and they're gonna go finish this game off in the bot lane.
Something I just thought of, Sword is so happy just building full armor. Wait, did he build wait, is that a MR item actually? That is.
Missile mask.
That is.
Okay, well.
Come on, dog, you play this game. You gotta know that stuff.
I'm sorry,
You're the
I always
color
get confused
caster.
between Abyssal Mask. Listen, I get confused in Abyssal Mask and the,
I had to hover over that to see what that item was called.
for some reason, when I'm hovering, it's not working. But,
Oh.
but I would think he would have just built full armor. I don't think a tank should be ever scared of Karma. But that's, once
Yeah.
again, a little thing. They're playing...
Well, this
So
guy's
far
in the
ahead.
SBL
Was it
finals, and
better?
you're not, so I'm gonna have to
You're
trust
not
him.
You're not wrong.
Easy setup for that one.
This Deadman.
Yeah, 4 EP. Yeah, there it happens again!
Woo!
Oh,
And a pop, and an ult, and another pop. No, not quite. That balloon did not get pierced today, but they have been zoned
Sentry,
off
you're so
this
sick.
inhibitor turret. And Sentry gets the hook before going down. That's going to be the last few kills of the game, as 3 inhibitors down, 3 members down, just Cameron and Freg alive here, and I don't think they're stopping this one. As 4 eggplants have given Cameron's Dick Suck Squad their first loss of the season, and now for the first time in SBL 10, we're going to find out how Suck Squad bounces back from a loss.
ooh, should be a good one. Don't go anywhere, folks. Game 3 of this exciting series coming at you after the break.